The Mora KANSBOL. It might not be my favorite Mora, but I think it's the best Mora. Well, hey folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I am your host, Aaron. And I'm really excited to do this particular video with you because I've been really doing a lot of Moras lately. I have, the heavy duty companion, I have a 511 basic. I've got the Garberg now in stainless steel and one in carbon. And I have a bushcraft black. I mean, I have a ton of Moras. And for the price to value, regardless of the one you go with, they are great blades. But what if you just want to get one Mora? You're like, I am on a tight budget and I just need one. What is the best blade steel to handle ergonomics, to sheath options, to price all in one package? What is the best Mora to purchase? And I really do believe it is the Mora KANSBOL. There's just so many things going for it that I want to discuss with you. We're going to run in many of the other blades that I've already shared and discussed with you today of the Mora collection so that I can show you for about $30 and about $40 if you want to upgrade to the different sheath options that are available. You're getting an amazing knife for all sorts of different tasks. And I believe out of all the options that Mora offers, it would be the best one to purchase right out of the gate. All right, here are our contestants today. Up here at the top, iconic, classic Mora companion heavy duty right here. Then we do have the Mora bushcraft black. Then we have the Mora Garberg, Mora's full tang, knife that they are selling to you as a much more heavy duty knife than what else is out here. That's arguable. I won't go too much into that in this video. To have talked about that before. And then the one that is claimed to be the best in this video, best Mora overall, the KANSBOL. And so here we are. Here is the competition, and we're going to dive right into it. And I'm gonna hit price first, and we're gonna have links in the description below over to Amazon Blade HQ. That's a great way to help support the channel. So regardless of the knife that you see in this video that stands out to you, maybe you find out that the KANSBOL for you is not the best. I think it is, but maybe it's not for you, and one of these other ones fits in better. Great. When you guys use those hyperlinks, helps me get out there, continue to do what we do here, and make content just like what you're seeing in this video. So thank you so much for your guys' continued support here at the channel through those hyperlinks. So the companion heavy duty is going to be the cheapest at about $20, 18 to 20 bucks. You can find the companion, which is a little thinner, a little smaller, for about 15 bucks, but under the $20 price point usually when this video is being made. Then we have the bushcraft black, which can go anywhere between $40 and $50, and that is a high carbon steel version. You can get Sandvik stainless or high carbon versions on the companion. And then we have the Mora Garberg, same thing, that you can get these both high carbon now or stainless steel in their Sandvik 14C28N, which is a great stainless steel, and then their high carbon is very similar to, it's the same steel that you're getting on the Mora bushcraft black. Those guys are going to go, depending on the sheath combinations, between $70 and like $100. So definitely the most expensive Mora is really out there outside of their kind of more tricked out old school custom ones that they do offer. And then we have the KANSBOL here going with a basic modular sheath like this one right here. It's going for about $30 to $35, and then with the MOLLE compatible panel option that we're going to discuss here in just a moment, you're going to look at about $45 to $50. So sheath options, the simplest version will be about $30 to $35, more expensive to about $45 to $50. Okay, so we're going to hit handle ergonomics first here, and that's a major thing to consider, particularly for this type of knife being a bushcraft knife, which means you're going to be using it a lot. It's going to be in your hand for extended periods of time, doing very fine precision cutting, holding, gripping in different angles. So, you can't have this crazy blocked out micarta handle that like an SE6 or an SE5 or something like that. You want something that is really ergonomically enjoyable to hold for an extended period of time. So we'll start here at the top with the heavy duty companion, rubberized, and is going to have a nice full grip to it. Feels really good in the hand. Nice little guard there. Kind of not blocky, but more of elongated on the sides and then narrower down the center there. And with that palm swell, no lanyard hole, positive, negative. Some people won't care, some people will. And it does fill out the hand really nicely with that rubberized texturing. Wouldn't cause any hot spots, but it is not perfectly symmetrical, say like a broomstick, and there could be points that maybe not for every single hand it doesn't fit quite perfect. Really, really good though. I mean, some of the best ergonomics you're gonna find on the market. Next up is the Bushcraft Black, and it's my least favorite handle of the entire Mora line, really. It has this really deep cut in here. It has this hump and the curving, and it just doesn't really offer better grips outside of just the natural hammer grip like this. If you're gripping it like that, no problem. It's going to feel really good and comfortable and be a little bit larger and fuller and a little bit longer than what you're going to find on the Companion, heavy-duty Companion. But when you start doing, chest lever grips and that type of thing, the guard can tend to get in the way. This hump and the curvature of the blade feels more like a tactical knife than it does an actual bushcraft knife. And so for the task that you would be putting these knives through, it's my least favorite and least ergonomic of the bunch. Still rubberized, very comfortable, better than a lot of other knives out there, but when we're talking about these Moras, it's not my favorite and my least favorite of the batch. Then finally we come down here to the Garberg and the KANSBOL, both having mirror images of each other in their profiles. This was what makes these two knives in particular really stand out, is that it's really symmetrical and insanely contoured. Zero things to worry about on this design. Hardened polymer down the center, rubberized. Lanyard hole, that's a major plus to me. Some people, again, won't care. Nice flattened off pommel right there. Give me a little raised guard there that really is going to give me the protection I need to not ride up and cut myself, but not being overly large. And a little bit of a wider neck, just a hair, than what you're going to find on the Companion, heavy-duty Companion up here. And it doesn't have quite that swell, and I like that. So these two are, in my opinion, have the best ergonomic handles just of the way that they are designed. And arguably, the KANSBOL will have possibly a little bit better traction because this rubber on either side is a little better, texture and has a little more give than on the Garberg. The Garberg is a little harder, not quite as rubbery feeling. Very close, but I would argue that this even has a little bit grippier feel, the KANSBOL, and is going to be the best ergonomics, in my opinion, of all of these Moras we're looking at. And this just really showing that the simpler the design of the handle, the better ergonomics you're going to get when we are talking about bushcraft and extended use type of tasks. So we're going to talk about blade profile, blade performance. Now, all these knives are going to come in between like 4 and 4 1/4 inches overall blade length, perfect for woodscraft, food prep, those type of smaller precision type of tasks. They're not so small like 3 1/2 or 3 1/4 that you can't really do any larger tasks, but they're not so big that it becomes uncontrollable and difficult to do finer cutting tasks. Now, there are kind of several different options that we can look at here from Mora when we are talking about the blade steel. Now, they have a high carbon steel, which is basically, when I did my research, 1095 steel. I mean, that's basically what you're looking at. And so this is a 1095 high carbon, basically, I mean, it's their version, but that's what it is, of the heavy duty Companion. The Bushcraft Black will have that, and then the if you go with the Garberg Black, it'll have that. Or you can get some different stainless steel options. They do have a stainless steel version here with the Companion, heavy-duty Companion, which is, from my understanding, it's basically Sandvik 12C27, and that's going to be the same steel that's on the KANSBOL. Again, the one that I'm claiming is the best Mora overall, just like in the whole package, the whole concept. And so that's a really good, stainless steel. It's not the best out there, and the Garberg will have a Sandvik 14C28N, which is definitely a better, not only corrosion resistance, but also is going to have better edge retention than the Sandvik 12C27. So it's good, particularly for the price, but it's not on par with, say, like VG10, 154CM, the Sandvik, and some of those other higher end stainless steels. So as of right now, when I'm filming this video, there's not a carbon version of the KANSBOL. Down the line, they may offer that. I believe they do have something very similar. It has the same handle design on the Bushcraft Black. I think they call it something different, but I think you can get the same design in a Sandvik 12C27. But that's what you're going to be getting. So it's a good blend of performance to value, not, again, as good as the Garberg, and similar edge retention to what you're going to get out of the high carbons, but you are getting that stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about rust as much as high carbon blades. Next up is the spine. Now this is 0.1 on the thickness, so great slicer, not as thick as most of these other guys out here. These guys are going to be 1/8 of an inch thick basically. So there's the bushcraft black, heavy duty companion, Garberg, all 0.12 and just a hair thicker. Not a major difference, except that the KANSBOL will be able to slice better than these other knives here, just slightly, just because of the thinner blade. The precision is just that much better. It does have a 90-degree spine though, so will the Garberg, again, because these are basically the cheap version, the more expensive version of these two designs. So that is awesome. So it scrapes wood really nicely, throws sparks really nicely. And the bushcraft black does also offer that. The companion, heavy duty companion do not. They have rounded spines and you have to modify them on a belt sander. Not a major deal, but it is something to note. So the 90-degree spine is a benefit on the KANSBOL that not all Moras come with. And finally is blade profile. Now, to be honest with you, though the design on the KANSBOL, again, is going to offer the best of both worlds, it's not my favorite of the entire line. Now, my favorite of the entire Mora line is going to be the blade profile and shape of the Garberg. It has that 0-degree, grind angle with that Scandi grind and that really nice belly and a continuous Scandi all the way up to its tip. Now, these other two over here, the companion and the bushcraft black, have more of kind of like a dagger-esque thinner blade, more precision, still the 0-degree, Scandi grind, all that stuff going on, which is great, no issues there, but it just doesn't have quite the belly. Same with the bushcraft black, a little bit more belly, but still just not quite as much as I like to see. It just doesn't have quite the natural look that the Garberg does. So out of the entire line, the Garberg does have my favorite blade profile and just have the most belly in this kind of profile design. Now, the KANSBOL is mirrored after that, so you are getting that same 0-degree Scandi grind all the way through and that nice flat. Now they transition this to like almost a full flat grind here, bringing this grind way down. So almost this last little portion here is a full flat grind, meaning that the blade tip is not quite as strong as these other knives here. And it's supposed to be good for food prep. It just kind of looks goofy to me. It's not really a performance thing. It just doesn't look quite as good. It's almost more aesthetics than on the Garberg. I would have preferred to just have a continuous Scandi grind for this particular knife. It's not a deal killer for me, and it is, in my opinion, going to perform slightly better just because of the better, geometry of the sweep than these other knives up here, the companion and the bushcraft black. So though these guys all are going to perform so similarly and be very similar in all of their performance and be some of the best carving, whittling, woodscraft, bushcraft knives on the market, when we weigh price to performance to ergonomics to all the things we've been talking about today, when you look at the entire package of value to performance, again, I believe for me in particular, but I think for majority of you out there, you're going to find that the KANSBOL is the best of all worlds. Now, Mora has never really been known for making the best, greatest, coolest looking sheaths or performing sheaths ever. They're doable, they're functional, and particularly at their price points, usually of under $20, they are really good, but they're not, the best, particularly if this is going to be a knife that you're going to be using a lot. Well, Mora has definitely stepped up their game just in design in recent years. So over here, up at the heavy-duty companion or companion designs, you're going to get a basic polymer sheath, a little thumb ramp to pull off, little drainage hole, and a belt clip. Now, it's doable, it's slim, it's lightweight, which is all a big plus. It's not this big bulky nylon or something like that, but the belt clip tends to be a little bit of a nuisance to me. I don't really like clipping it on my belt. I will sometimes clip it onto my pocket, but it's usually something that I'm wishing I had a different type of way to attach to my belt, and it is something that could be lost. You could bump it walking around, squatting around, picking up, material for a fire or whatever. This thing pops off your belt, pops off your pocket, and now it's lost out in the field, particularly with the color combinations of green and black. So for 20 bucks, it's absolutely doable, but if it's going to be used more than, say, as a backup knife, there's something to be desired with this design. Now, the bushcraft black does try to fix that by giving us two options. They usually come with a belt clip just like what we saw, or this enclosed loop option that does swivel. So it's a little bit of an added bonus, very similar design, but it does feel still pretty cheap and flimsy. It just doesn't feel like the sheath that you're wanting on a Mora, particularly if you're going to be using Mora a lot. Now, the Garberg and the KANSBOL have the exact same options on their polymer side. Garbergs you can get with a leather sheath, which is a nice option. But the polymer ones on the $35 price point, $30 to $35, will have now this kind of, it's either synthetic leather or leather itself loop that's nice and flexible. Definitely gives it like an upgraded feel to the knife. It can slide out and be removed, so then there's just the polymer. It is ambidextrous now, whereas the old models were not. These are not ambidextrous, so it's righties only. So now lefties, you have an option, which is a major plus. And then if you want to spring for a little extra, you can get this MOLLE compatible panel here, which is now attached to either through this little Velcro tab. Either you can screw it and attach it to your MOLLE compatible webbing, shoulder straps on your backpacks, that type of thing. And the sheath, without going into taking this whole thing apart, basically slides in, is mounted. It will come with a loop over attachment to make sure it doesn't fall out, so you can carry it upside down, you know, more tactical style if you wish. Then when you get to your location, you basically disconnect it. It slides right out. This piece right here stays attached to your gear, whatever you had attached it to. Now you put your belt piece on, carry it around on your belt. Then when it's time to go, this being already mounted to your gear slides back into place, and you're ready to rock and roll, which is really cool for that extra like 15 to, I think it's about $10 to $15 price point. So again, I think that in comparison to what other polymers out there on the market from Mora, these are the best, the Garberg and the KANSBOL, and for the value to price, the KANSBOL wins again. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've been able to showcase to you why I think, though it's not my favorite and the Garberg is, the KANSBOL is the best Mora money can buy for value to performance to options that it offers. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm totally smoking it, you know, and have no idea what I'm talking about? So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and whether or not you see value in your KANSBOL and why you think it's either the best or it's not, and what options do you think would be the best if you disagree with me. I always love to hear that feedback and have that conversation with you guys in the comments below. Let's keep it civil. And guys, thank you so much just for coming over here, participating in the channel, watching these videos week in, week out. Thank you for your support in that way, you current subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all that you do. Make sure that you hit that bell icon next to the subscription button so these videos will be in your news feed, and check back regularly. They don't always pop up in people's news feeds. And so, you know, we're throwing up videos 2 to 3 a week, easily every week. So, and you guys who are not maybe current subscribers, you've been watching maybe 1 or 2 videos, I'd invite you to become part of the GT family. We're throwing up videos like this every single week, having cool conversations, different ideas, and just want to give you guys honest feedback on items and gear so that you guys can make wise choices when you are going to go out there and purchase your gear to enjoy life, because gear just makes life better. It's not about the gear. It's about the life. So thank you guys so much. Finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.